Well, the guy who allegedly killed him had all his charges dropped.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he beat it?
I'm not quite sure. The crazy part is they actually reached out to us about doing an interview. And I'm like, I got to look into this a little more because I don't want to send him back to prison because he was locked up in Rikers for a while and they just dropped his charges. Now, I don't know whether they dropped his charges because he didn't do it, whether they dropped the charges because there was not enough evidence. I don't want to put him in that chair you're sitting in and have him admit to the murder, then have him sent back for killing Alpo. I don't want to do that. So I'm not quite sure why they're even reaching out. But the dude that did it, allegedly, is now free. You know, now I don't know, maybe it's the police saying, well, the guy he did it with, we didn't really want him around anyways. So, you know, let's just not go that.
I don't know. Yeah,
let's just not go that hard on him. You know, it's not like Alpo has any family that's really like trying to get justice for Alpo.
Nah.
You know, you didn't see a lot of R.I.P. Alpos when he died. You know, you didn't see any Alpos looking down at us right now, smiling. Like no, like you didn't hear a lot of that. A lot of people were like, good riddance. You know, I remember Rich Porter's sister was even like, when he died, she was like, oh. She said whenever she would go to Harlem, she would always get like really frantic that she might run into him. And, you know, she cussed out Cameron because he did too good of a job,
Wow,
you know, acting him, you know, like, I mean, not seriously, but she was like, you know, I hate how you did that role because it was so close to how he really was. And, you know, I mean, he killed her brother. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was one of those things. So, yeah, I don't know, man. The dude that did it, he's out walking around, allegedly. The dude allegedly did it. You know, and I heard that it wasn't even had anything to do with Alpo snitching or killing anyone. I heard it was like a road rage incident.
Road rage?
Yeah, so apparently Alpo was driving and this dude was in a motorcycle and Alpo like kind of hit him with a motorcycle, you know, hit his motorcycle with his car or something and like talked a bunch of shit or whatever. And I guess he had just seen Alpo out that night and was like...
So who was on the motorcycle?
The guy who allegedly killed him. Alpo was just an asshole. You know
so
what I'm saying?
Some humble shit.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It had nothing to do with Alpo's past. He was just basically out there fucking with people because he felt that he was untouchable. And someone showed him that he wasn't. You know, and like I had read that in the reports that like after Alpo got shot, he was like throwing drugs out the car. So he was like drug dealing again. Yeah. I'm just looking at this going like, this is insane. Because I remember I read this whole interview because when he got out of when he went into witness protection in Maine, he had like this white best friend. And the two of them would just hang out all the time. And this guy knew nothing about him.
Wow.
And like they were having a cool, you know, he's saying like they end up getting the same car and like they would have like barbecues together.
So this is in the witness protection?
Yeah, in Maine. Alpo would be around right now. If he had just stayed in witness protection, no one in Maine knew who he was. No one really knew what he looked like. He'd be alive right now barbecuing, having a good day, but he had to come back to Harlem. Well, and had to show everyone who he was.
He wasn't hiding from nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.